everyone. So I'm here to finally talk to you about divorce and separation. There's a couple things I wanted to say first off before, sorry, my cat's walking on the table in front of me. Before I get started in this, first off I want to say I'm sorry this video took so long for me to get to you guys. The second thing is I'm sorry for all the videos that I recently uploaded onto my channel. I lost, move your butt. I lost a few subscribers, well, kind of a lot actually, because I've uploaded so many at one time and I pretty much killed your news feed. I didn't think about that when I was doing it, and I understand that it's really annoying, like whenever, you know, someone posts like a million videos and you can't even see other people's videos when they go up because you're pretty much hogging the news feed. This cat, oh my gosh. Taco, go. Well, why does she have to do that right whenever I'm trying to make a video? Jeez. Anyway, I'm really sorry. I put a lot of those videos to private. I put most of them to private, and then I'll upload them slowly. That way your news feed isn't going to be bombarded. Like I said, I'm here to talk about separation and divorce because my own parents actually went through a separation. They actually aren't divorced, they just have separated. And they actually split ways with each other right when I finished high school. Right as soon as I graduated, my mom was like, I'm done, I'm gonna go live my life. Similar to like Jesse's mom, and how she just, all she wants to do is have fun and you know, go to the bars and drink. My mom went through that too, and actually she's still going through that. She's still going through that today, and she's a lot older than Jesse's mom. But anyway, how my story started is my parents, they would always bicker ever since I was like a little kid. Ever since I can remember, they would always bicker with each other. And it wasn't, like they didn't argue about anything like major, like no one cheated on each other or anything like that. But okay, cat, no. Sorry about that, my freaking cat loves to get in the way of things. Anyway, so they didn't really get into any huge major arguments. It was just mainly bickering about small things, like my dad would put something somewhere, my mom didn't know where he put it, so they would like argue about that, and when he couldn't figure out how to do something, they would argue about that, vice versa, and it was just a lot of bickering. And I remember when I was young, I was so used to it, I used to yell at them to shut up so that I could hear the freaking TV, because they would always argue in the living room in front of me, and it was really annoying. So that was kind of normal in our household, like, you know, parents arguing. And I remember when we would go on family vacations, because we would still do that even though they were always bickering. When we go to the campground, which Jesse, I don't know if you're watching this, but I know you probably know there's like a quiet time, like at 9 or something. I don't know if your parents did this or not, or if any of you guys that go camping, like if your parents kind of did this, but they would bicker or argue with each other like in a whisper. And I always thought that was so funny, because she would be like, what did you do with this? What did you do with this cup? Why did you bring that? Like, I can't believe you did that, Bill. Oh my gosh. And then they would just argue on like a whisper, like it was like a yell whisper. And I just thought it was so funny, because they had to do that because it was like quiet time. So it's like they still needed to argue, but they had to be quiet about it. So they would like argue in a whisper. I always thought that was really funny. So anyway, so that lasted throughout my whole childhood. I really didn't think anything of it. I thought that was actually completely normal. I had other parents, friends' parents who used to argue all the time and stuff like that when I would go to their house. So I didn't think anything of it. I thought that's normal. Parents argue, you know, that's it. That's how people are. It wasn't until high school that the problems started to develop between, not to get too personal or anything, but between my sister and who she was dating, and then with my parents. There was like a big clash between the two, and my mom was going through a lot at the time, with my sister kind of disobeying, and my sister's not the type to disobey anyone. Like, she's a really good person, like she's a sweetheart, and she always followed like rules and stuff even when she was growing up. But the person that she was dating kind of wasn't exactly like that, and then his mom, like, you know, wasn't like, she wanted my sister to break my mom's rules. It was kind of a big thing to my mom, and she was really fed up with it. And I think at the time too, I was also hanging out with my friends every day. I was going, you know, at that time I was a teenager. I was like in high school, and all I wanted to do was hang out with my friends, which I think is normal at that age. And, you know, I didn't really want to have anything to do with my parents. I just wanted to go out and have fun with my friends after school. And yeah, so that's what happened. And so my mom kind of felt really alone. And my dad also worked like 2 jobs too. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. And then when we got to high school, my dad, he worked 2 jobs, so he was never around. And when he was around, they would like bicker and argue all the time. And my sister was kind of doing her thing with her guy that she was dating, and I was with my friends all the time, hanging out, and mom just felt really alone. So we got our first computer, which was like when I was in high school sometime. It was like 2000 or something like that, year 2000. My mom started talking to someone else, which none of us knew. None of us knew that she was talking to someone else. And she just kind of started like disappearing sometimes. None of us really noticed that much, or if we did notice, we like didn't care, and we're like, whatever. But she started, you know, talking to someone else, and what ended up happening is she just kind of left one day. Like, she was just like, I'm done. Like, sort of like Jesse's mom, where she just left. Like, Jesse's mom just left. And my mom did the same thing, but my mom moved to a different state. Like, she actually left the state. She just like was like, I'm done. Brandy graduated high school. She's always with her friends. Kristen's marrying this guy that I don't like. Kristen is my sister, by the way. And yeah, I'm just leaving. I'm just gonna leave. So she left and went to live with this other person that she was with. And come to find out, my mom is was dating a woman. So that was a big deal between obviously my dad. He was really upset, and like, he couldn't believe it, and we couldn't believe it either. And, you know, at the time, I was really upset that my mom left. Like, I completely understand Jesse's perspective when it comes to his mom. Because, yeah, just because you hang out with your friends, and, you know, like, you kind of have your own social life, you still want your mom there. I mean, like, I wanted her to help me kind of find, like, a college to go to. Like, I didn't want her to just leave. I mean, yeah, she might have had some issues with my sister, but I felt like, well, what about me? Like, how can you abandon me? Or how can you abandon your kids? And so I completely understand Jesse's perspective when it comes to that. Like, I felt really abandoned, and I hated that she just, like, left. I hated that she just left. And if anything, when it comes to Jesse's situation, that's the one thing that bothers me the most, is that she just left. Like, she just got up and ran away, and she keeps running away, and in the process, she's getting other people hurt. She's hurting Jesse because she acts like she doesn't want to be a part of his life, and that's her kid. And he still needs her, just like I still needed my mom. I still need my mom. And also that she just ran away from her husband. And also same with my dad. I didn't like that my mom did that, obviously. I thought that was pretty messed up. But after a while, after years of them being separated, luckily, I don't know how they managed this because of everything that happened and what my mom ended up doing in the long run. My parents are now able to be civil with each other. And they aren't they aren't legally divorced, but it's because they both, like, agree on, like, certain ways of, like, living. So, well, if that makes, like, any sense, they still own the house together, and they still want to keep the house together. So it's like they have, like, a mutual agreement based on, okay, well, we both want this house still, because, like, I come to Ohio sometimes to visit with everyone. Luckily, my mom and my sister and her family, they all end up making, they pretty much made up. My mom has a relationship with my sister and her family and her kids and everything, and so that's a really good thing. But the one thing that she's learned is to distance herself from people that like she either argues with a lot, which is like my dad, and also, you know, like my sister's like family, or sister's husband and like his family and stuff. So she's learned to distance herself with that, and that's really good. My dad is actually also really, like, he's much happier without my mom around, because now he lives in the house that's theirs, and he pretty much, you know, it's his house. Like he pretty much does what he wants. He can do whatever he wants and not have to worry about anyone like bickering at him and stuff like that. But my mom also comes back and she respects, you know, that this is like pretty much his house. So there is it has come out to be, you know, like everyone is civil with each other, and I think that's the best thing. Like in Jesse's situation, or Jesse's parents' situation, what the best thing that can happen, like I understand like his mom is done, like, you know, she's went through a lot and she's done, but I think she really needs to work it out for her family. Like she doesn't like if you know, if her kids are gonna like have you know, kids of their own, she shouldn't have it's gonna be hard whenever, you know, Jesse or Jeffrey or whatever this is just my opinion, by the way, whenever they have their kids of their own someday, and then she's gonna have to like avoid like seeing like her ex-husband or whatever because she couldn't like work it out. I think in the long run it's really important that people make it work out, like for their family. Like just put your differences aside and just be civil with each other. I'm not saying you have to love each other or get back together with each other. Just try. I mean, at least try to do it for the sake of like future, like, you know, family events almost, because that's like the worst, and no one wants to, you know, miss out on those type of things, I think. So that's kind of my story with my parents. I actually can go and visit my mom anytime, and she comes here like, you know, every once in a while. Her doctor is still here, and I don't know why. She just likes to go to the doctor here. She prefers it over here than in Michigan, where she actually lives. But my mom has like a whole other life in Michigan, where she has like her own friends and stuff. And yeah, she still goes out to the bars and yeah. And you know what's really funny is when I watch Jesse's videos of his parents, and whenever his mom was with Melissa, like she does things that are like or when you were 20 or something again, my mom does the same thing. Like for instance, we were in the car driving somewhere and she put on like rap or something, and she was like singing, and I was like, oh mom, please, this is so embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, so I guess whenever they get older, or maybe, I don't know if this will happen to me, I hope not, they'll act like they're 20 for the rest of their life. I hope that doesn't happen to my mom. But she's like in her 60s and she's still acting like she's 20. Or she started acting like she's 20. So anyway, that's my story with my parents, and this video is pretty long. I don't know how many minutes. Oh, still not that long. I thought it'd be longer than that, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any, they don't have video responses on YouTube anymore, but I would love to hear a video of like your guys' experience when it comes to like if you have family that have separated, parents that divorced, and if you grew up with families or parents that argued all the time. I would love to hear your experience. I think I like to interact with you guys. They don't have the video responses, but maybe you can make a video and link it to me. I would love to see it. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm actually going to be making the Q&A video right now, so you're going to see that soon. I hope you guys are doing well again, and until next time, I'll see you later.